for you lads. There we are, and we switch straight onto Arsenal FC 145, out doing laps in this wee little practice session that we've got going on. About 11 minutes left currently, and we'll see. I'm not sure today. I haven't had a proper chat with the guys about what we're thinking are good lap times for this session around Monza. I'm not too sure. So we'll have to sort of watch out and just sort of see the times start to roll in. But yeah, it should be good. It should be good fun. I'm bloody excited. Bloody excited. We've got 15 people watching. Hell yeah. Welcome everyone. How are we all doing, lads? How are we all doing? So happy. I'm glad everyone's in it. Oh, your mic is off. Oh. Oh, all this energy of talking is now wasted. Is it working? Oh, it's working. Oh. Oh, damn it. Does that mean that whole bloody... Oh, boys. Damn it. That is so frustrating. What was not working on the camera? Oh, right, okay. I had the headset set up on this bit. Right, I'll start off that whole thing again. Oh, that's so frustrating. The one tab that I didn't check whether it was working. Something's got to go wrong, hasn't it? Obviously, something's got to go wrong. Right. Now I'm going to have to talk through everything I just said for the past few minutes. Brilliant. Okay. Right, I'll go back to the start. So, today, we're racing at Monza with the boys. I'll switch forward to Jack in the Renault. Oh, I can't believe that. Something always goes wrong, lads. Something always goes wrong. Obviously, these boys in the GT3 cars today. Most of the usual lads are here. Sam, Malicious, and Southless are back. So we've got Sam Malicious in that Audi when the camera is able to finally track him. He's back there. Then we've got Southless in the Aston Martin as well. He is back on the track today. Then Gear 3 Gaming, or Triple Crown Racing, as you may know him on YouTube. He has had to drop out due to internet issues. Obviously, being from Australia, I believe it is. He is a little bit far away, and the PC2 servers are not the best. So him having difficulties. So we've had Divan Lure replace him for today. Currently sat in number 4. He is in the number 34 Acura NSX. So it'd be interesting to see how he does. Now, obviously, he's a new face in this series, but I've raced against him in other series, and he's got some decent pace. So interesting to see how he does in the GT3 cars and how he stacks up against the other boys. Obviously, he's only just jumped in, so he hasn't had time to set up a good setup or anything like that. But we'll see how he does. And then SOR Leclerc, who's usually in the BMW Z4, has had to leave the league because he was too slow in telling me that he couldn't do today's race. So he's been permanently replaced by this man, GSR Raptor, who has clearly had a spin somewhere or gone slightly off. He's in what I may say is, maybe not my favourite, but definitely one of my favourite liveries on the grid. He goes off again. Oh dear, lad. He's in the number 35 Pirelli, Team Pirelli yellow and red BMW Z4, which I think looks so nice. So nice. So good luck to him. Obviously, we saw him in the last round. He was in the... I think he was taking Sam Malicious' place last time in the Audi. So he was able to pick up a 6th place finish last time in the last round. So obviously that gave him 5 points, and that means he sits quite nicely in 10th place in the championship. So not doing bad. Hopefully he can pick up a few more points today and enjoy himself. Oh, that's so frustrating that people were in the... I can't believe people were in it, and my bloody mic wasn't working. Man, so frustrating. All that energy wasted. All that energy wasted. Hey-ho. It's all good. Thank you, Jack, saying wounded he couldn't be part of the series. It's great. It's been great so far. Thank you, mate, for still tuning in and having a good time. Ben said Bo's Wi-Fi didn't work, so his message didn't arrive in time. Well, then. I mean, that's not really my problem, is it, Ben? Like, you can't be telling me 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the race starts. It's in the rules. Out of my control, mate. Switch to 4G if you have problems with your Wi-Fi. So it's whatever. But glad to see Ben's back in the chat again. Probably cheering on his good friend WRL Leclerc, who's currently sitting pretty at the top of the table on 28 points, I believe, which is a solid little lead, especially after 2 rounds. WRL Leclerc sitting at the top of the table in 28 points. Then in second place, where is he? 1 place behind. It's Todd E Games. He's on 18 points. Now, I did say in my little intro, which no one heard, that Todd E was saying in the chat that he hasn't done a huge amount of practice. So hopefully he could still challenge WRL Leclerc today and get good points on the board. Hopefully WRL Leclerc doesn't pull too much of an extra advantage lead on the other boys. I would like to see the championship still fought to tooth and nail as such. But the other thing I wanted to mention was McGintis in that yellow Porsche. Now he's had to change livery today. He had to choose a different Porsche. He had to choose the Endurance because he's got a setup on there or something. So he's still in the 911 number as well, but he's in that yellow card just for today. So hopefully you can still pick him out. Obviously, at the top of the timesheets currently, as WRL Leclerc does a Sebastian Vettel there almost. Exactly the same kind of spin there. Luckily, Lance Stroll wasn't there to pick up the pieces, literally pieces of his front wing. But yeah, so McGintis had a little bit of a mare, as he has done. He's had a bit of a mare at the first 2 rounds. He's very pacey, extremely quick lad, McGintis is. But he's just gotten unlucky at the first 2 rounds. Very unlucky. And then the last round, he made a little bit of a silly error. He went off at the second corner and just came barreling back on and took some people out. So he's had to get a quali ban for today. So he won't be allowed to set he can set times in qualifying as long as they're the slowest. So he can do some laps, but he can't set a quicker time than the last place. Otherwise he'll have to get DSQ'd from the race, which wouldn't be good. But it looks like people are trickling in the times now. 1:49 seemed to be pretty quick. But there is a slight gap then down to sort of 1:51s, 1:52s. Down as well, but this track, obviously Monza, is quite a quick track, isn't it? Very fast. So power's going to mean a lot more on this track. So I'm feeling like, where is he? CJ Pants in the Lamborghini as such is going to be have a lot more positive today than he has before. He's picked up decent points at both races, I believe. I think he got disqualified from one, but he got good points at the last round. So, but obviously that Lamborghini is so powerful, properly quick. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to get some decent points today, possibly challenge for the top 5 or even the podium. That would be very, very good to see. But yeah, I'm glad to see that everyone is out on track. I think this might be the first time where we haven't had people in the chat just going, "Oh, please gotta get an invite, please gotta get an invite." CJ Pants goes straight on. What is he doing? What is he doing? We'll switch forward to YTB Ferrari. I've seen him in the chat, and I've seen him in the Instagram chat as well, saying he's slightly nervous, but we're sending out some positive energy to YTB Ferrari. Hopefully he can do well. We always see some good battling sort of with him and Arctic, JWF1, as you might know from YouTube. Obviously, top lad. We see some good battling between him and YTB Ferrari, and then also we've seen some good battling between them and F1E Reviews as well in the Nissan GTR. Always fantastic to have Dan here. I was listening to at work 2 nights ago. I was listening to the F1 debate show's little podcast that they have. What's it? F1 Online Decoded. If you haven't seen my episode on that, make sure to go and give it a watch. It's so mad that was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Feels like so long ago. Like, I feel like a different person. I was so nervous for that interview. And now I'll sit down with them and just be like, "You alright, boys?" Just absolutely chatting rubbish for an hour. But yeah, I was so nervous for that. But moving on, I was listening to their podcast with Sean from the F1 Word, and Sean called F1 Reviews Dan, the only Grosjean fan, and I thought that was hilarious. So I think that's what we're going to have to call him now from now on in these streams. Dan, the only Grosjean fan, is now sat in last, doing a proper Grosjean. If it's proper Grosjean, he would have binned it at that corner just then, but he's not going to like me for that one. Sorry, mate. L4. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Lando. L4N0. Sorry, 000. Friday. I would have entered if all were on Friday. Yeah, sorry, buddy. It's just this one because my mum's birthday is tomorrow. So make sure you wish my mum a happy birthday. No, you don't have to. But she's not gonna like me to tell her age. So I'll keep that quiet for you, mum. Don't worry. I'm not sure. I don't know. I have no idea if she's watching or not. But yeah, so that's why this one is on Friday. My apologies to everyone, but usual Saturday will recommence from next week. Don't you worry. But I've been watching F1 reviews for far too long. Let's switch to someone else. We've got Arsenal with a little bit of a banged up BMW M6 there, isn't he? And then sometimes switching about. We still got McGintis up the top with a very lovely time, about half a second up on the next place man of Jack there. But for the last 2 rounds, as we've seen, Jack has had bloody good pace, really, really good pace. And then we've And then we've just sort of seen him fall off a little bit in the race. I think last race he fell off. I remember him saying afterwards that it was because he had some damage that really hindered him. But hopefully we can see him getting some decent race pace today and doing well. And we've got Sam Alicious, blimey, up in third. Very nice from him. Very good to see. Then Southless only just behind. Obviously, two friends from Guernsey. Hopefully we don't see any disconnects from them, because that's pretty usual. But yeah, some people in the chat saying stuff in the chat. Ben said, "Are you getting F1 2020?" I will at some point. I definitely will get F1 2020 at some point. At the moment, I'm still busy with other stuff, but I would like to do. Obviously, F1 Reviews does his open lobbies, and I think he's restarting them. I think he told me he's restarting them on F1 2020 in a couple of weeks. So I would like to get involved with those, but I don't want to pay full price for the game, because really I don't like it. Like, I'm not going to play it outside of doing stuff on stream and things like that. But also I would like to do open lobbies with you guys. I think that could be really fun. So I will get it at some point, Ben, but I don't know when. So thank you everyone saying happy birthday to my mum in the chat. I'll let her know your kind wishes, your very kind wishes. But we've only got a few seconds left of this. Oh, Rundle seems... There we go. Okay. Oh, McGintis is going to plough into the back of Rundle. Oh, no, not quite. It was sort of just more of a love tap, wasn't it? Ben said, your mum's birthday is the same day as both my grandpas. Well, there you are then. What an interesting fact that is. I think, hopefully, my mum's slightly younger than your grandparents. You definitely will hate me saying that. But there we are. Oh, my goodness. McGintis, bloody hell, lad. Crashing into the pit lane entrance. I hope he didn't get a penalty or something there. As Southless is coming around the last corner. JSauce threw me off there with him coming up online. Poor lad, again, left the series. Decent YouTuber as well. Make sure you go and watch his channel. Hey! Formula 1 Memes for Life is in the chat. Hello, lad. Or Mr. Spino, as he used to be known on YouTube. This is not epic from YTB Ferrari. You're doing alright, mate. You're 10th. No worries. You're all good. Are you racing in VBTCC tonight? No, I'm afraid I'm not. I go up to London to visit my brother. Like, after I've done this and then after I've edited the video for tonight. And I'm straight off on the train up to London. I've got to wear a bloody face mask. So, that'll be interesting. Because it's so frustrating, me wearing a face mask. Because obviously you guys know I wear glasses. If I'm wearing a face mask, all I do is, every time I breathe out, my glasses just steam up. So it's just so annoying. Like, I can't do anything. It's so frustrating. I just can't see. But then on a train, I have to wear it now. Because it's British law now, I believe, that you have to wear it. So, interesting one. Hopefully Divan Look can stop cruising, and so can Arctic. Who's not finished yet? Is it Raptor? There we are. I think as Raptor goes across the line. There we go. Oh dear. I've just seen Southless left the session. Right. If any of you can hear me, invite Southless before you get on track for quali, please. That would be really, really good. There we go. Continue. And we should be straight out on track for qualifying. So, get the map up. There we are. Get the speedo up as well, because I find it quite interesting to see fuel in that, especially in the race. So we'll flick it over. We'll see who comes out on track. Oh, Southless is there. Oh, we're fine then. No problem. No problem, everyone. Don't worry about that. I'm not sure why it says Southless disconnected, as YTB Ferrari and Southless are racing in the pit lane. So good for them. So YTB Ferrari takes out the board at the end of the pit lane. Brilliant. Oh dear, Arsenal's got a penalty. Arsenal's got a penalty. Right, what's he got? Timings, where's that? Oh, no, that's speedo. Timings. 1 grid place. Lovely. What did you do? What did you do? You silly goose. You silly goose. Arthur, no quali for me. Yes, lad. You can still go round. I'm so happy for you to go round. Just don't be setting the quick time. Don't be setting the quick time. But yeah, there we go. 15 more minutes on the clock to see how the boys are able to do in qualifying today. Let's see who can top the timing sheets, who can get the best start for the race. Still got 15 in the lobby. Bro, I'm so gassed. So gassed. Everything's going fine at the moment. I don't want to jinx it. But everything's going okay. So we're sound. But who was it that actually got out first? I think YTB Ferrari's actually out in the lead currently. I don't think anyone's ahead of him. So he should be the first one to come around and set a time. Everyone's quite bunched up still. I reckon people will start to sort of pull away and drop back a little bit, give themselves a reasonable amount of space. so that they can get some quality lap times in. So yeah, I will quickly just run through the drivers' standings at the moment as we start qualifying, while there's not too much to talk about, while people start to put in times. So we've got WRL Leclerc in that beautiful Hot Wheels Mercedes livery. God, that thing never fails to amaze me of how stunning that car is. He is at the top of the driver standings at the moment, 28 points, WRL Leclerc, from the first 2 rounds. So a very solid effort. If you don't know already, the point system goes as such. It is 15 points for first position, 12 points for second, 10 points for third, 8 points for fourth, 6 points for fifth, 5 points for sixth, 4 points for seventh, 3 points for eighth, 2 points for ninth, and 1 point for 10th. Obviously, we've got 15 runners in the race, so I've been very generous with that point system. So basically, it's like if you finish, you're going to get points, realistically. That's what it has been for the first 2 rounds. Just finish, and you'll be fine. So people are apparently Devan Lure already getting into the 157s. Very nice, very nice. Then second place in the championship, as I was mentioning earlier, we have, man at the bottom of the time sheet currently, Todd E. Games in that McLaren. Very, very nice. He's sat on 18 points, so 10 points behind the leader, WRL Leclerc. Hopefully we can see that gap close a little bit today and see some interesting action. Then in third place, we have Jack, who just set a slightly slow time. I don't believe that's a quick lap for him. In that Renault Sport, the blue and orange. That livery's definitely growing on me. I am starting to quite like it. It's very, very nice. Number 22. Now he's on 17 points, sat in third, so only 1 point off of Toddy Games. So hopefully he can get a better race today, get his race pace up to the same as his quali pace, and get some more points on the board and hopefully move up the table. Then in fourth is F1E Reviews in the Nissan. Now I don't think he'd even done a race, or he'd never done a sim race, definitely, on Project Cars 2 before the MotoMeerkat World Series. So he's picked up, using pace again, he's picked up his pace very, very quickly. So well done to him. It'll be interesting to see where he qualifies on the grid. He seems to be the sort of racer he hasn't got huge pace. I don't think you'll mind me saying that. He's sort of mid-pack, usually, but he's very good at staying out of trouble. He wasn't at the first race in Algarve. I remember he got took out a couple of times, but he has been since. He was very good at it last round, was able to pick up some very good points. So he sits happy in fourth place with 12 points at the moment. Then joint with him on points currently is LSJ Rundle in that 188 Mercedes, as he goes second fastest. Getting some slipstrom off Arsenal FC, or maybe they're just really racing. I'm not sure what they're doing. But Rundle goes the second fastest with a 149 at the moment. CJ Pats with a 148.9. Very nice, very nice. Was a second up in the lead currently. I did say that Jag could cause some that Lamborghini could cause some upsets. So that'd be good to see. Then in sixth place in the championship, I've got to find him now. There we are. Sear Washington 7 in that Ginetta. An interesting car, very interesting car, with that weird curved rear wing, the Chevelle Motorsport car. He's going to come across the line and set a time. He goes up 6th place currently with a 151.1. I'm sure he can go a little bit faster than that. In 6th place currently on the board, and in 6th place in the championship on 10 points at the moment. Then in 7th place in the championship, we've got Southless in that Aston Martin. He's sitting on 8 points currently as YTB Ferrari takes a trip back to the pits. There we are. Luckily gets out of the way of the boys. And Southless is half a second up on his time, so it'll be interesting to see him come through and see him jump up on the leaderboard possibly. And obviously, as I mentioned, the man in the Lamborghini, Mr. CJ Pants, down the end of the straight with his lights on for some reason. Wasting electricity there. Very bad for the environment, CJ. No, none of that, please. He's sat in 8th place on 6 points in the championship. Then YCB Ferrari, the man I mentioned, just coming out of the pits, I believe he is, yeah. In 8th place on track currently, but he's in 9th place in the championship on 5 points. And then joint with him on points is the new permanent member of the series, GSR Raptor, in that Pirelli Motorsport BMW Z4. God, that car is just so fit, so fit. Hopefully I can see him up near the front of the timings today, because that car is just very, very beautiful. So it'll be good to see. Then after him is the last of people who actually have points. It is Arctic JWF1 in the Bentley. Got some support in the chat I did see earlier from Liam Talks F1. I believe they're quite good friends. So very, very cute. Obviously, Liam supported my videos all the time, so thank you to Liam, mate. And obviously, great that you're supporting JWF1 as well, because he's a lovely lad, makes great videos. If you haven't watched his channel yet, make sure to go and check him out, JWF1 on YouTube. Now, as I said, he's the last sort of person with points in the championship, sat on 11th on 4 points. So good for him. But yeah, let's I'll jump back to the stream, see if anyone's saying anything. Thanks for the emotional support, Meerkat. No crying in my room tonight. That's good. I'm glad. I don't want to see any crying from you. Ben said Arsenal probably was too speedy in the pit lane. Yeah, almost certainly. Almost certainly. TTV Mr. Hare, what's this? Mate, what do you mean, what's this? The MotoMeerkat World Series is the best racing championship in the world, is what it is, realistically. Whoa, hold on a second, I've just seen Van Leur in the Acura has gone top of the timesheets. I told you he'd be one to watch out, lads. I told you. Quality from him. That's fucking brilliant to see, honestly. So glad that he's jumped straight in and is straight on the pace. Go on, lad. Another challenger possibly for the top of the championship. Only 2 rounds in, so he definitely is. Oh, he goes off there and has a little bit of a crash. As I'm saying, saying how proud I am of him, and he goes off over here. But it's definitely not too far to come back from that D-Man. So if he's able to pick up some decent points here, I think he can still challenge for the championship. So hopefully he can get. I think he possibly might get that Acura permanently if Triple Crown's Racing's internet issues still persist. As SOR Leclerc's in the chat. Hello, buddy. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're watching. Let's have a look at what some of these boys are doing. About 6.5 minutes left in the session. The time's rolling in. It's seeming like a 1:48 is sort of very, very quick at the moment, with 1:49, 1:50 being the standard time. Glad Raptor's been able to move up to 7th. Rundle up in 6th. He had a decent race if I remember correctly. Yeah, last time out he finished 2nd. Obviously Toddy had. Let's switch to Toddy's camera. Where is he? He's in 3rd currently, doing well for his qualifying pace. He had a little bit of a mare last time out. I'm sure he won't like me reminding you of what happened, but I'm going to anyway. He was having a lovely battle with WRL Leclerc for the lead for a while as he goes back in the pit, so we'll switch to someone else. But yeah, Toddy Games had a difficulty. He underfueled his car, which, very, very silly boy. Hopefully he doesn't make the same mistake for today. But he underfueled his car, had to pit, drop loads of positions, but then only refilled his car for about another lap and had to come in again and refill it again. So completely dropped to 7th. To 8th place even. So even though he dropped to last, he was still able to pick up some points because we had so many people DNFing and crashing out and whatnot. So that's, again, boys, to remind you, don't leave. Even if you have a crash, even if you get damage and stuff, come in the pits, get your damage fixed and go back out on track, because there are going to be people that do leave. There are going to be people that have crashes. Where they're literally not physically able to get back to the pits because they've got so much damage. So just stay out there. People are going to start going off left, right, centre, getting penalties. You never know. You can pick up some points. So don't give up before you've started, alright, lads? But yeah, got some nice little times coming in. South is slightly up on this time, but very close. This Rundle, well, that was an interesting line through that corner. Straight lining that curve. That definitely won't be the fastest line. As it looks like if Arsenal stays at the same pace that he's currently at, the McGuinness, even with the quali ban, won't be last because Arsenal's got that 1-place penalty, and if he's in 14th, then he will be sat on last on the grid. Hopefully he can up that pace a little bit. 5 seconds off, almost 6 seconds off, mate. Come on, pick that up for me, lad. Pick that up. Hopefully we can start to see some more time start to trickle in. So I believe that was Raptor, yeah, just behind. About 1.8 seconds off currently. First one in the 150s. So it'd be good to see him slightly improve on the time as he goes a little bit wide there, dipping his wheel on the grass, doing, as I said before, another bit of a Grosjean. dipping the wheel in the gravel. Oh, he's gone straight on. Oh dear, that's definitely a Grosjean. Grosjean, as we saw, dipping his wheel in the gravel at Austria the weekend and doing a lovely little spinala, which was nice. But good to see Raptor letting Jack through to carry on with his lap. But Jack currently in 5th. Not his fastest performance so far, but hopefully we still got about 5 minutes. Sorry, no, 3 minutes. Wow, left in this session. Going very quickly, very quickly. Obviously, time flies when you're having fun, lads. Time flies when you're having fun. But, as Arsenal has gone faster. Good lad. Up in 11th. Lovely stuff. A 151.0 from him. Going faster than... Whoa, holy moly. I've just noticed WRL Leclerc's in 12th. Championship leader is currently in 12th, but he is about to come across the line in a few seconds. We might see him jump slightly further up the timing sheet. As he does, but not a huge amount. Still in 9th. Okay. This could prove interesting. We've got Toddy up in 4th, who's obviously 2nd place man. But we've got, people challenging who are not up there in the championship. Fighting at the top. This is brilliant, boys. This is fantastic. This is what you pay to see, even though you don't pay. You can't ask for any more than this. I'm so excited to see this race now. Honestly, lads. Honestly. So excited. But only 2 more minutes left of qualifying. Not too long to wait now. GSR Senior Patide Eurobeat going for my lap. Had me on pole for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes pole. Mate, it's only 2/10 off the pole. So go out for another lap. You're still in the pits currently. Go out for another lap and see if you can set another one. I think you're just missing the threshold at the moment to set another one. Rundle has come out. Rundle, you're going to have to absolutely pace it round to get another lap in. Absolutely pace it round. But Toddy has not gone any faster. Rundle comes out the pits. There's 2 people coming down the straight at the moment. Let's see if we can find them. As, oh dear, Raptors binned it. Sear Washington 7 comes across the line. Doesn't go faster. And then who was that? Who was the other person? That was Southwest. And I don't think he might have gone a little bit faster, but he's still in 3rd. So no change to the leaderboard there. We've got some people coming around the final corner. It's not F1E reviews. It's not YTB Ferrari. That's the trouble. You can't see who's where on the track, which is frustrating. There you go. It's WRL Leclerc is coming around the last corner. And who's the one with him? There we go. It's Jack. So we've got Jack in 5th and then Leclerc in 10th. All trying to improve on their time. Leclerc needs to improve to really have a shot here. Jack doesn't. He's slightly off, but he's going to get another lap. Leclerc comes through. Doesn't improve again. He's got one more chance. He's down in 10th. Oh my goodness, boys. This is proving very exciting. Very exciting. Yes, Aidan has said in the chat, I thought this was Saturdays, mate. It usually is. But as I've said to the rest of the boys in here, it's my mum's birthday tomorrow. So that's why I couldn't do it this week. But from next week, it will resume normally on Saturday. So don't you worry, lads. Don't you worry. But make sure to obviously drop a like on the stream if you're enjoying yourself currently. We've got so many people coming on the last corner. Who's that? That's Arctic. 2nd. We've got Divan Lure coming across the line as well. He's still at the top of the timesheets. I think these guys might get another shot, but they might also run out of time. I'm not too sure. I think they might possibly run out of time. Divan Lure, I don't think goes faster. Neither does Arctic. Who was behind him? Todd doesn't go faster. F1E Reviews doesn't go faster. And Rundle is just about to start a lap, I think, or might not be allowed to. We'll see if they can get round. What's that? 140 seconds. 120. That's 1 minute 40. I'm not sure they'll make it round for another one. I think they'll. I think that's it for those lot. But who was that? F1E Reviews. Not quite on pace today, is he? He's doing well in the championship. He's a little bit off today in 14th. But he's going to get up to 13th, obviously, because of Arsenal's penalty. But McGintis has not been able to benefit from Arsenal's penalty. Still in last with that quali ban. But hopefully, last to first challenge, he can do well. Who we got coming around the final corner? Sam Malicious is on the straight. But who is that? It is Jack. Okay, Jack's coming down the straight. We'll see if he can set a faster time. In 5th at the moment. What can he do here? He does go faster, up to 3rd place. Lovely to see at the end of the session. Who's that? WRL Leclerc as well. He goes faster. Very nice. Up to 7th. A little bit of a better shot for him. Only 2 places behind Toddy Games, so a little bit closer for them. But a lovely little lap there from Jack, getting into the 149. 149.2 from him. Very, very nice to see. Someone else has just crossed the line, but I didn't see the timings change, so I think that's all the same. We still got 70 seconds, so these boys out on the back straight are going to make it round. Not to worry. We're all good. Well, we see some interesting ones. So yeah, Jack has finished the session. We've got Divan Lure, who's still on pole at the moment. His first race in the MotoMeerkat World Series, and he could be on pole. Let's see if he can go faster around here. My throat is already coarse from all this action, lads. What can Divan Lure do? Coming across the line now. Does he go any faster? He does not. Who have we got behind? Toddy Games coming across the line, currently in 5th. What can he do? Doesn't go any faster. Sam Malicious is slow around the last corner. WRL is finished, and that is all for the qualifying session. Fantastic, lads. The continue button was there for a second, and it's now gone. So I really hope that's not going to glitch me out. Aha, there we go. Oh, go on to continue. There we are. So we should jump on the grid now. There we go. So I want the map up, and I want the speedo up. And then we're on the grid. Beautiful work. That's a very weird camera to start the race on. That's a weird one. Hopefully it switches to the end of the straight once we start. But yeah, we'll go through your starting grid for today's race, the 3rd round of the MotoMeerkat World Series. I'm so excited for it to get underway. We've got Divan Lure on pole in the Acura NSX. Fantastic work from him on his first ever round, getting on pole. Amazing to see. Then we've got CJ Pants in the Lamborghini on 2nd. Then we've got Jack on 3rd in that Renault, continuing his good qualifying pace. Then we got Southless on 4th. Then we got Toddy Games in 5th, one of the championship challengers. Then Sam Malicious in 6th, and WRL Leclerc, the championship leader, in 7th. Not the best qualifying for him. Then Rundle in 8th. We'll see how he can do. Arctic in 9th. GSR Raptor in 10th. YTB Ferrari in 11th. Then we got Sear Washington in 12th. F1 E-Reviews in 13th. Arsenal FC in 14th, and then McGintis on the final row of the grid in 15th, obviously with that quali ban. Wasn't able to do any better than that. So we'll just wait for the race to get underway now, wait for it to sync, and wait for everyone to get ready, get sorted, as I believe we're almost ready to go. There we are. We are syncing. We're going to go very, very soon as we have 5 red lights coming on for the round at Monza, round 3, and it's green. We're going. What a fantastic start from Divan Lure there. Covers off immediately for CJ Pants, but CJ Pants gets beautiful drive. The boys jostling through the first corner. CJ Pants takes the lead. Look at that squeeze in. There's a crash in the background. YTB Ferrari and McGinnis already crashed. I think he's crashed in the background. Oh my goodness. That was F1 reviews just rolled it down the straight. Very interesting. There's a lot of squeezing going on to the first corner. Jostling about. WRL Leclerc's got completely blocked there by Toddy and Jack, I believe it was. He drops down to 10th. Allows Raptor through up into 9th. Look at that huge crash. McGinnis already has loads of damage. And CJ Pants takes the lead. Divan Lure. Then who was that off? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I believe that was Sam Malicious. He's off into the barrier. Down to 12th. He's going to have some serious damage on that car there. But we'll move back up to the pack. We've got Southless defending off. Who is that? Toddy Games with Sear Washington just behind him. What an incredible start, boys. As WRL Leclerc, that was a bit of a chicane cut, was it not? A little bit, but McGintis has somehow made it up to 8th, even though he's got bloody loads of damage from that start. But what an incredible start. Rundle's going to go around his outside. I think he has got unlucky again there. Poor McGintis. Sorry, lad. I feel so bad for you, mate. I feel so bad. But what a start, guys. Incredible. Incredible. CJ Pants leading the race. Fantastic to see him up there. We haven't seen him in the lead yet in this series. But he's got Divan Lure and Jack breathing down his neck. Then we've got a little bit of a gap back to Southless in the Aston Martin with Toddy Games just behind. We got what are those lines in that corner? What are they doing? Then we've got Southless with Toddy Games right behind him. Then Arctic and Rundle having a little bit of a battle further back there, going side by side. I believe Rundle might take that 6th place up his inside. Lovely move there from Rundle. But Arctic might be able to hold it around the outside. That Bentley's got some decent grind. He's going to do a switchback, possibly. Very nice. They're going to go side by side up this straight. We're going to switch back to the leaders currently. Make sure that Divan Lure's not going for a move into the hairpin, which he may possibly be doing. Will he? Looks for it. He's going to go for it into the first hairpin. Oh, he manages to get it stopped. Leaves the man room. They go side by side through the left-hander. And who can get the better drive? It is the Lamborghini. Divan Lure's got a bad exit. That allows Jack to pull alongside. Can Jack do the little switcheroo round the outside through this right-hander? He could do, actually. I thought he wasn't going to be able to there, but he's got the pace down. He's going to follow him round the outside because he had changed for 2nd place here. Jack sneaking up the inside for the left-hander. He does it. Fantastic move there from Jack. Seeing Divan Lure lose a little bit of time there, and he sneaks up into 2nd place. But we'll move slightly further back We got Toddy Games slightly falling off the back of Southwest there. But, what's happened there? What's happened there? Arctic has gone. Arctic is down in 12th. He's had a big crash. Sorry I missed that. I'd switched from Arctic to the front running lads. So I missed that crash from the Arctic there. Not too sure what happened. But Rundle wasn't involved. It might have been involved with some of the people slightly further back. We got a little battle back here. Oh dear. Oh, little bit of a bump in a barge in there as YTB Ferrari passes Raptor. F1 reviews after his slightly large crash at the start of the race is in the pits having lots of repairs. As I said, there's still always a chance to pick up those points, so always best to stay in the race and even just to do some laps and get more experience in your car, get setups done and whatnot. But wow, incredible start to the race, boys. We're only about to go on to lap 3 of this 22 lap race as Jack goes wide. Jack goes wide at the final corner, allows Divan Lur to slip back up the inside into second place. But this could allow, if Jack and Divan Lur start fighting a little bit, this could allow CJ Pants to start pulling away in that Lamborghini, looking very, very pretty up at the front. But we're slightly spaced out other than that. We've got the top 5. We could see, especially if this top 3 begin fighting a lot, we could see Southless and Toddy Games. Oh no, Southless has spun it. He's blocked Toddy. Toddy's not quite. That was some very robust defending there from Southless, but fair play. He's kept the position. Well, that completely defeats what I just said because Southless has just lost himself and Todd quite a bit of time there, down in 4th and 5th. But Rundle, that's obviously allowed him to catch up a little bit there, running in 6th place currently. Hopefully he can join on the back and make it a 3-way fight for 4th place. Some decent points there to pick up. With WRL Leclerc down in 7th, not getting a great start, getting involved in a little bit of a kerfuffle and getting blocked slightly. As Rundle in front, I believe, has got a penalty. Let's check the timings there. His thing went red. Oh, that's the speedo. Yes, he's got a 1-second penalty, which currently isn't going to matter particularly, as he's got a about 5-second gap to WRL Leclerc behind. But obviously, pit stops to come. That always jostles up the timing a lot. And if he gets into a battle late on, he could find that hinders him slightly. F1 reviews in the chat, just F. Mate, that was so heavy. I don't even know what happened, who you were battling with or what happened, but we're going to have to look, the stewards, which is me, going to have a look at that after the race. But look at that, Rundle setting a slightly quicker time than his previous best, putting in those lap times to hopefully catch the pair of Toddy Games and Southless, as I missed Toddy Games make the move on Southless. My apologies there. Not sure how I missed that one. But Toddy Games has 78 litres of fuel in. He's not risking... yeah, look at that. Southless has got 58 and Toddy has 78. Toddy is not risking losing the race again due to underfueling. So that's good for him. Yeah, Leclerc nearly flipped, didn't he? Nearly flipped. What a bet Callum kills Ben. Bet a tenner. No illegal betting going on in here, please. As Toddy's gone very deep into that corner, Southless could slip up the inside here. He does indeed. Able to take the power down better and slips back up into 4th place. Again, this time losing, this battling is going to hinder them and allow Rundle to catch up. We've got a little battle going on back here, actually. Raptor, I believe, has repassed YTB Ferrari up into 9th place as... okay. That was an interesting line there from Raptor quite early on the brakes, but is able to make it through, to be fair, and gets a very good exit out of there. Pulls a slight gap. As we've got a few boys who are sort of languishing down in the back now, a lot of difficulties for people, quite a few crashes. So we've got Sam down at 11th, he's 55 seconds off the leader. And McGintis 1 minute and 1 off. Hopefully he can put some pace in and try to catch up Sam. Obviously the guys are involved in crashes, having damage and having to pit. We've got F1 reviews 151 off the leader, so I believe he may have possibly been lapped already. As he's got Arsenal in front of him, and Arsenal is in 8th. So yeah, he's definitely been lapped. And we've got Arctic just behind, so possibly F1 reviews and Arctic could still have a battle, even though they're so far down. And then Sear Washington has just come out the pits as well. He's quite a bit off. I didn't see him involved in a crash, I don't believe. So, but he's so far back, it must be to do with damage. As, oh my goodness, Divan Lur's gone for a move around the outside. Oh my goodness, at the last corner. Fantastic move from here then. We just caught the last bit of that. But they're going to go side by side down the main straight. Divan Lur and CJ Pants battle for the lead. CJ Pants with the grunt in that Lamborghini to pull back past Divan Lur. But no, Divan Lur's very late on the brakes. Oh, I thought they were going to touch there. I really thought they were going to touch. But CJ Pants is able to cover him off, gives him space on the outside, but gets the grunt out of that corner and continues to hold the lead. We're going to watch this battle for a little bit. I believe the closest one on track. Southers and Toddy are having a decently good battle as well. So we'll make sure to keep an eye on them. As Southers has managed to repass Toddy as well. So good to see them having a little bit of a jostle in the battle. But obviously Rundle catching up on the back of them. And Jack continuing to not be able to keep his qualifying pace into the race, as he has fallen around 2 seconds off the leaders now. Still very much in sight, but possibly falling back into the clutches of Southwest, Toddy Games and Rundle currently. So it'll be interesting to see a huge battle commence very, very soon. Very, very soon. But we'll switch back to the leading pair. CJ Pants still covering off Divan Lure in the Acura NSX. Very, very close battling going on between these two. Fantastic to see. Fantastic to see. Yeah, Divan Lure was passed before the Parabolica. Oh, okay. My apologies. My apologies. I just saw him on the outside. It looked like a fantastic move. But possibly he was. Possibly he'd already made that move and gone a little bit deep. But, oh, Rundle, a very wide line in the background there. What was that about? What's this happened there? Toddy Games has lost out to Rundle. Has lost loads of time. I think maybe he's possibly had a mistake there and not had a great run onto that straight. It's allowed Rundle through. Toddy Games, one of the championship contenders, now down to 6th. And then his other championship rival is in 7th. And we've got a battle slightly farther behind. Arsenal. And it's Arsenal for position. Oh, no, no! Oh, boys, come on! What was that? Oh, lads. Arsenal there was in 8th position. And the back markers, Arctic and F1 Reviews, trying to repass him. And not doing the best job of doing so. As F1 Reviews is off again with a bit of damage. And Arctic is, Arsenal is very off with damage. He may have to come into the pits now. Possibly an early pit stop for him. As I'll switch back to the leaders. They're going side by side. After the chicane, a little battling going on there. But that grunt from the Lamborghini is... Oh, little switchback. Oh, lost it completely under braking, didn't he there? F1 Reviews leads the session. He was so far back now. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Involved in another crash. Not getting lucky today. But fantastic battling there from CJ Pants and Divan Lure. CJ Pants showing the grunt of that Lamborghini. Able to stay ahead as Jack's gone wide in the background. He's going to lose out his 3rd place there to Southus. He rejoins in 4th. Able to still stay ahead of Rundle just about. But a little lapse in judgment there from from Jack, and he drops a place to Southus. Southus able to get on the podium. I believe that would be his first podium of the race, but we're now seeing a lot of pressure coming from Rundle on Jack for that 4th place. Will we see him throw it up the inside here? He will indeed. A very ballsy move around that left-hander. But he's able to make it stick. A very, very nice move there from Rundle up to 4th place. So one little mistake from Jack there, and he's gone down from 3rd to 5th. As CJ Pants... Okay, why is it saying that? That's just a lie. Oh, okay, right. I think that means that he's said on his controller that he's going to make a pit stop. So we could be seeing CJ Pants come in the pits currently. It won't be great for our racing, but it'll be interesting to see with tactics-wise what happens. So if he doesn't come in the pits... Okay, he doesn't come in the pits now. Right. Why does it say in the bottom right corner? You lot can read that as well, I think. GSR CJ Pants is making a pit stop, so I don't know what's going on there. But he's managed to pull, CJ Pants managed to pull a little bit of a gap on Divan Lure that lap. No battling to the first corner this time. With Southers just behind, could see a lovely little battle between him and Rundle. And now for Rundle, that 1 second penalty could prove costly if he gets in a good battle with Southers here and isn't able to get ahead and pull that 1 second gap. And that seems to be about all, I believe. So Jack's come in the pits. Jack's cut his losses and lost a few positions there and come straight into the pits. So an early pit stop from him there, adding a little bit of fuel and changing tyres. So we'll see where he comes out. I think Raptor and Arsenal have indeed gone past. Raptor and Arsenal now having a good little battle, and YTB Ferrari only just behind. So we can see a lovely battle. Arsenal's going to go for it into the first corner, stopping it very, very nicely, making his way round, parking it on the apex. They're going to get... Oh, squeezing him. Come on, Arsenal. What was that? You ran off the road, lad. You completely ran off the road there, Arsenal. I'll have to have a look at that afterwards on the stewards. Not a very good move from there, Arsenal, but I mean, he kept the position, so fair play to him. And that's held up Raptor, and it's allowing YTB Ferrari to catch up as well. Jack's come out in 10th, slightly behind that pack. So we'll see how that plays out strategy-wise. But, oh, okay, these guys are very close again at the front. 1/10 in it, with Divan Lure getting a fantastic exit out of the Sebastian Vettel Spinala corner. with battles going on between first and second and third and fourth at the front. So I think we'll stay here for a little bit longer, chaps. With Divan Low really not being able to get the straight line speed out of that Acura. He's clearly faster in the corners. I'm sure CJ Pants won't mind me saying that. That Lambo, I've driven it. I drive it in a league as well, and it is a dog in the corners. Slidey as hell, just very difficult. But on the straight, it goes rapido. So good for CJ Pants. Still hold out the lead and defending very nicely from Divan Low there. Even though he closed up to 1/10 there, he was able to continue to hold his lead down the straight. As Rundle's lost a little bit of time off Southers there, possibly made a mistake. And then we've got Toddy Games slightly fallen off the bike there. He's about 2.5 seconds off there now, so possibly he's made another mistake as well. But Leclerc is quite a fair bit behind Toddy anyway. About a corner, but that amasses to about 6 seconds it seems. So close, but those are obviously the two championship rivals at the top currently. But we could see some switch-ups, some changes today. With GSR Senior Pants going wide, covering off to the inside. Still very close, nip and tuck between these boys. We're getting almost to the middle of this race. Obviously lap 8, currently lap 11 will be the intermediary point even. So we'll see when these boys decide that they want to pit, decide that they want to change tyres, add a bit of fuel, whatnot, what strategy they do as well, how much fuel they've got in. So Divan Lur's on 42 litres. Oh my goodness. Cancel. Right. Oh my god. I accidentally pressed the B button, lads. Jesus Christ, that would not be good. CJ Pants with 53. So CJ Pants with a lot more fuel than Divan Lur. So interesting to see if Divan Lur can make it to the end on that 42 litres. It's going down relatively rapidly. So he might have to do a little bit of a splash and dash at some point. But can he hold it around the outside again, around the parabolica? Not quite. Still hasn't got that grunt. Getting that slipstrom, Divan Lur. It's going to really help you out there. But their battling is still allowing Southers to put in the pace and catch up. Rundle has had an issue. Just noticed that. He's now 4 seconds off the leaders. Must have made a mistake there. He's now falling into the clutches of Todd as well. Both of them with a relatively similar pace. But I haven't seen anyone else pit yet. To be fair, I've particularly been watching further back. There's a sort of gaggle back here. We've got Arsenal with about a second now on YCB Ferrari, with Raptor slightly fallen off a bit, losing a few places down to 9th. Sam has just got a penalty, I believe, with the red coming up. Second penalty there. Track limits or something, possibly. And but McGintis and Sam still staying in it, still staying in the fight. Arctic has more damage on the car, somehow, as Raptors come in the pits for his mandatory pit stop today. There he is, entering. Then we'll move back to the front runners, as these guys are nip and tuck again, further allowing Southless to catch up to the back of them. But Divan Lur just not quite being able to make this move. He's all over him. He's not quite able to make it stick. And we have seen him pass him, but not able to stay in front. CJ Pants is always able to cover him off and get back in front again. But again, as I said, we're moving on to sort of the pit stop period of when people are naturally going to be pitting. But that'll then be interesting to see how people's tactics play out and decide what they exactly want to do. With CJ Pants, definitely, as you can see on the timing screens, a little bit slower than Divan Lur, and again, a little bit slower than Southless as well. As I said, allowing him to catch up. He's now right on the back of that pack. We're going to be seeing a three-way battle. Well, if none of them come in the pit currently, I don't think they are. Southless could have played it smart there and not lost out time to the leaders, but he's going to be good for the stream and go for the racing. Yes, lad, come on. Three-way battle for the lead. Let's see it. Southless is going to go for the inside. No, he's not. Divan Lur cuts him off. He goes back to the outside. Divan Lur could look up the inside on CJ Pants, as he does very late on the brakes. Squeezes CJ Pants off. That was a very robust move there. But CJ Pants is able to squeeze him off on exit. Southless gets a brilliant exit. Look at that. Go on, Southless, round the outside. No way is he going to take them both. No way! What a move there from Southless! Incredible move! He's up to first in the Aston Martin. What a move! Fantastic there from Southless. But CJ Pants looks like he's going to throw it back up the inside, round the left-hander. Brilliant battling, boys. Divan Lur looks at the move as well, but isn't quite able to do it. So CJ Pants able to pick up the pieces there, with only Divan Lur really losing out there, down to third. But the boys are staying there in a three-way battle for the lead. Will be brilliant to see. As YTB Ferrari comes in the pits, as you can see on the timing board. But we're not moving away from this battle. Oh, look at that. Southless with a good exit out the corner. GSR CJ Pants making a little bit of a mistake there. Allows Southless to sneak back up the inside. But CJ, obviously, with the grunt in that Lamborghini, is possibly able to pull it back alongside. He is indeed. Look at that. Can he outbrake him into the corner? He can. He takes the line. They're going to go too wide round the corner. This could end in tears. Oh, they do give each other room. Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. What happened there? CJ Pants getting a little bit caught on the front bumper of Divan Lure there. Takes them wide. I thought they were both in the barrier there. I thought that was it. But Southless has come out so well there. Oh my goodness. He has taken the boys from... he's taken it from third to first on the same lap. And now, out of a little bit of luck, has gained a 2-second lead. Fantastic to see there from Southless. Mate, luck is just fantastic. Like, don't bin it off. Oh, there we go. CJ Pants and Divan Lure coming into the pits at the same time. So there we are. It'll be interesting to see how that jostles up the positions and see them fighting straight out the pits again. And now we've got Southless out in the lead with a decent gap forward now to Toddy Games. About 3 seconds on him. Toddy Games obviously one of the championship contenders, and then WRL Leclerc just behind him as well. So the top three now, Southless, Toddy Games and Leclerc, have not pitted. Then we've got CJ Pants and Divan Lure behind. Has Rundle pitted? I believe he might have. I know he made a mistake and fell back a little bit. But I believe he has pitted, which would be interesting because he's gone past the leaders. So, if he has pitted, then he's looking very pretty as CJ Pants comes out the pits. That would make sense. CJ Pants has just come out the pits now. He's jumped a lot of time on Divan Lure. Look at that, yeah. I told you Divan Lure would have to add more fuel. There we are. He's had to add way more fuel, so he's lost a decent chunk of time to CJ Pants there. And Jack, I know he's pitted, so he's done very well there, out in 6th, past Divan Lure. Divan Lure has had an absolute mare there, adding quite a bit of fuel and falling down to 7th place on the road currently. What I believe will be 5th, I think, around that sort of position. So, wow, incredible scenes there. As Arsenal also comes in the pits slightly further down. But now we've got the boys a little bit spread out, a little bit more spread out than they were before. Divan Lure losing out big time there in the pit stops. But we know, obviously, seeing from before, he's got some serious pace. So hopefully he can put in some decent laps. And I reckon he has a decent shot of catching back up to Jack here. Only about 3 seconds in it between them. So could see some more racing further on. We'll switch back to the front. Southless doing well as he's going to come in the pits. There we are. Southless comes in the pits 1 lap later. Toddy Games continues on for another lap. Halfway through the race now, onto lap 11 with Toddy Games leading. Obviously leading on track, but he is not pitted as of yet. As WRL Leclerc also comes in the pits. So it'll be good to see where he comes out. And Rundle, he is coming down the straight currently. With CJ Pants just behind, then Jack behind, and then Divan Lure. So I believe, if someone could clarify if they've seen in the stream where I haven't been noticing if Rundle has pitted or not. Because if he has, this would be an absolute stormer from him. Coming from, he was in about 4th or 5th, I think. Slightly had fallen back. And now he's done fantastically as Southless is coming to the end of the pit lane. But Rundle has managed to come through. Take that 2nd place from him. Southless coming out the pits now, getting the power down. CJ Pants is coming down the pit straight. Southless is going to want to cover him off for the lead. He holds the inside. CJ Pants with the grunt in the Lamborghini though. Goes for a dive. Can he hold it around the outside? No, he isn't quite close enough. Super close there from the boys. Super close. As where did Leclerc come out of the pits? He's come out just behind Divan Lure. Okay, so he could be in a nice little battle with Divan Lure there. Only a couple of seconds between them. But great to see. Oh, they're going side by side. Round the right-hander. Glad I noticed that. Southless and CJ Pants straight back into battling again. With Southless obviously had about a 2-second lead on CJ Pants going into the pit stops there. But he's managed to catch that straight back up. So I'm not sure what quite happened with the overcut, undercut there. It seems that if Rundle has pitted, the undercuts worked massively well for him. But then CJ Pants has done well on the overcut there, getting about 2 seconds on Southless and able to retake the possible lead if Rundle hasn't pitted. But some fantastic battling for these boys again. Jack also benefiting very well from his pit stop there, moving up into 5th position. But now Toddy Games is running out in front as he's come in the pits. Okay, about 25 seconds between him and Rundle in 2nd place, but it's looking very nice for Rundle there. He's gained a lot of time, a surprising amount of time, I must say. So we'll have to make sure we ask him if he's not been a naughty boy there. That was very quick from Todd. A very small amount of fuel and tyre change there. As Rundle's coming around the last corner. That is a unbelievably quick stop from Todd. Let's hope he wasn't a naughty boy and he did change tyres. Rundle's coming down the pit straight now, but I think he's going to take Todd just about. Todd's just coming out the pit lane now. They're going to go side by side, but Rundle has that pace down the main straight and takes first position for today's race. And Toddy up to second. Incredible scenes there. Toddy goes from, he was in about 4th, wasn't he? 4th or 5th, and he's up to second. Fantastic from him. But how he's managed to gain 13 seconds on Southless, I'm not too sure. That is an interesting one to say the least. But there we are. Oh dear, Rundle's gone straight on there. Not great from him. He's definitely going to get a slowdown for that one. Well, I mean, if he doesn't, then that's ludicrous. But he's obviously in first. Then we've got Toddy Games just behind. We've got CJ Pants who's pulled. Oh dear, what's happened to Southless? Oh dear, he's down in 5th. He was battling CJ Pants obviously for 3rd just slightly earlier, so he's obviously had an off or had some sort of problem. CJ Pants now in 3rd, and those pit stops have actually not jostled it up. Have jostled it up quite a bit, but now everyone's relatively spaced out, which is slightly frustrating. Yeah, SOR Leclerc, did Todd change tyres? I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and ask him. Obviously, I'm going to trust people. If you say he did, then I'll trust him. But an interesting one there. Very, very, very quick from Todd. So yeah, but good to see that he's out in front in second place currently. If he can close that 3-second gap to Rundle, obviously Rundle's got that 1-second penalty. So even if he's just sort of on the rear of Rundle, he's going to be able to challenge for that lead quite nicely. Ben said, cue the Illuminati music. There you go. Oh, Toddy's come in the pits. Okay. Yeah, he didn't change tyres, did he? He clearly didn't. How has Toddy messed up again? He's in the pits again. Oh dear, Toddy. There you go. Now he's changing tyres. There you go. So he forgot to put on his pit strategy. Mate, how has he messed it up twice? Toddy, man, come on. You've ruined your championship just for being an absolutely silly goose. What have you done there, mate? What have you done? Toddy dropping further and further back now, losing out even to McGintis. See, McGintis getting being in a crash involved earlier, not having a great time, but he's put in the pace, and he's now back up to 7th. So fantastic for him. Toddy now falling back behind Sam as well, down into 9th place, still in the points just about. And yeah, he's quite far ahead of Arsenal, so he should be good for the points there. But mate, Toddy, mate, oh buddy. That is really frustrating for you. Very frustrating. Down to 9th. He's still going to pick up some points. But that does mean that WRL Leclerc is going to pick up more points than you, as he's right on the rear of Divan Lure. Putting some decent pace there. We could hopefully see some good battling between these two. And they're just a few seconds off of Southless. But obviously they've all three of these guys got very, very good pace. That was a lot of curb there from WRL Leclerc. A lot of curb. That would definitely have slowed him down and not been the best for him there. But Rundle, I'm still amazed that Rundle's been able to get such a positive out of that. He's 8 seconds in the lead. Wow, that is very, very good. But as you can see, fastest man on track currently is McGintis, sat in 7th. Arctic has allowed him through. Obviously, Arctic down in 13th. A little bit of a back marker there, but still powering through and still going for it. So good lad for staying in. Obviously, F1E reviews, I can understand why you left there. That was abysmal from him. So frustrating. Just got completely unlucky. But yeah, Ben in chat is very happy for WRL Leclerc in 6th, getting some decent points here now, and obviously possibly extending his lead on Todd, definitely. But Rundle, CJ Pants, Jack picking up good points. But WRL Leclerc's going to go for the move into the chicane in the first corner, but okay. Divan Lure has gone straight on there. So an interesting line from him there. He's going to wait though, I believe, and let WRL Leclerc through, because Divan Lure would have got a slow down there. So slightly frustrated. We could have seen a lovely battle between them, but Divan Lure has completely outbraked himself into the first corner, gone straight on and allowed WRL Leclerc up into 5th. Some even more points for WRL Leclerc to claim. Crazy. Literally like 10, 15 minutes ago, we were watching Divan Le and CJ Pants battle out for the lead. And now Divan Le's down in 6th. Really frustrating for him. But that just shows, mate, the MotoMeerkat World Series, you can't predict it. You can't predict what's going to happen. Oh dear, that's Arctic in the background with a little spinala. A lot of damage on his car. So surprised he's even still going, to be quite honest. So good for him. But yeah, we'll move forward. Rundle's still setting decent lap times. With he's pulled out a very nice lead there over CJ Pants. 7 seconds now. So possibly CJ Pants have made a mistake. So I believe it was what, like 3 or 4, wasn't it? So possibly a slight mistake there from him. But good to see him out in front, picking up some decent points. Hopefully no breaking the rules from Rundle, and we'll see a proper podium celebration. But obviously at the end of the race, we'll be having interviews with the top 3 drivers, and we'll see the reasoning for that, of how he managed to get such a big lead after the pit stop. But slightly, everyone, as I said, slightly more spaced out now, aren't they? With the running order, looking as such, we got Rundle obviously in the lead. CJ Pants, who was doing a fantastic job defending Divan Le earlier for the lead, he's now down into 2nd with a slight gap over Jack, about 3-4 seconds in between them. Then Southless down in 4th, going out the first corner. Slightly behind them, we got WRL Leclerc. Then Divan Le coming to the first corner, and then McGuinness done very, very well there. Able to bring it up to 7th and like not really be too far off. Really not be too far off it. So as I said, anything can happen in these races. So you can have a crash and just switch strategy, have an early pit stop, fix your damage, as McGuinness has done, and McGuinness has been able to pick up some points, so making the most out of his tough situation there that he had at the start. Getting unlucky 3 rounds in a row with his starts. Mate, I can't even predict that. McGuinness was one of the ones that I would have said to watch at the start of the championship, because obviously he's got very, very good pace, putting in those lap times currently, but just getting super unlucky with his results there. But able to finally put some points on the board and hopefully climb up the championship a little bit. Taking a lot of curb there, but with Sam Malicious just behind in the Audi in 8th position. And then Toddy Games obviously with another little oopsie from him there. Still following Sear Washington. Sear Washington has got very good pace, even though he's in last, obviously having some sort of crash, I believe, having a problem, and being very much down on the time. 2 minutes and 20 off the boys, so I think that's definitely 1 lap down, if not 2. He's going to get passed by 9th place soon, possibly. Hopefully he doesn't hold up Todd too much, but equally Todd's like 10 seconds off Sam. So realistically, it's not even that deep. Like it's not too bad. But yeah, we've got Jack, I believe, slightly closing up on CJ Pants, but not a huge amount, more into the hairpin. Because obviously, as you slow down, the accordion effect, you get nice and close, and then back out onto the straight, you smooth out again, and everyone gets a little bit wider as McGuinness gets a slowdown, but is able to slow it down as such and get rid of that. That yellow Porsche does look really nice, to be fair. I do quite like it. The Scherer livery, very, very nice. As he's following Divan Le. Okay, there we go. Divan Le's got a slowdown, so I believe that's why he will have dropped his pace slightly there. But he's got McGuinness following him. This is a battle on track for position between Divan Le in the Acura and McGuinness in the Porsche. McGuinness getting very, very close to his rear end there. He gets decent drive out. We could see a lovely little battle between these two. We've got Sam Malicious in the background as Divan Le, what was that? Swerving all over the shop. But yeah, defense well. I guess he's still in the position. Keeping in 6th position. We've got McGuinness just behind, and Sam Malicious hopefully getting involved in this battle very soon, as McGuinness loses the rear end there. Almost loses it into the wall, but luckily doesn't this time. He's able to keep it all together. As we'll sit on this battle a little bit for a moment, I believe. The two closest drivers on track currently. With, as I said earlier, just crazy that Divan Le was battling for the lead earlier, and now he's defending his 6th place from McGuinness. McGuinness gets good drive down the straight, and is able to take Divan Le before they even reach the Parabolica, halfway down the straight, and he's taken 6th place from Divan Le. His race going from bad to worse, sadly. We could see Sam Malicious getting involved in this battle too. Stephen Lowe gets another slowdown penalty. Frustrating for him. Falling back and back and back. Not his best racer. Southless is in the pits. Southless is in the pits. Oh. I'm pretty sure he already pitted. So maybe that was fuel? I'm not too sure because he's got, what, 19 litres now. Interesting one. Well, there we are. Magutis has done very well from that, getting up to 5th. Leclerc in 4th now as well. Guys picking up points that they never would have dreamed of at the start of this race. Incredible. But Southless, very frustrating. Mate, what has happened in this race, honestly? Southless was leading earlier. Southless did that incredible move at the first corner to take the two guys, take the lead, pulls out a 2-second gap, and then now he's in 9th. So definitely has had a little bit of a problem there for him. I would probably say it must have been fuel. It must have been. It can be difficult to actually know what's the right amount to put in for the car. It can be frustrating, as these boys are still having a nice little battle. But we'll switch forward just to the front for a second, just to point out that CJ Pants and Jack are getting closer and closer and closer. So we could see a lovely little battle going on here, with Jack quickly reeling in CJ Pants. So, but we'll move back to Devan Lur for now. McGintis, Devan Lur, and Sam fighting out for 5th, 6th, 7th on the track. But yeah, two of these boys, McGintis and Sam, both being involved in huge crashes earlier on in this race, and now being able to pick up some very, very decent points. So good for them. I'm very, very pleased for them. But still a slight spacing between them two. So we'll move back to the lads at the front. On to lap 19. Rundle's still not coming to the pit, so I believe he definitely has pitted. He has changed tyres and he has got enough fuel. So he's looking like he's sat very, very nicely at the top there. Yeah, Ben says splash and dash there for Southless, but hasn't really quite worked. He's had the splash, but not really the dash, because now he's down in 9th place, 50 seconds off the leader. Not great for him there. So Rundle out in the lead. Then we've got these boys slightly behind. CJ Pants in the Lamborghini with Jack following. And then obviously, as you can see there, that's not a man for position. That's YTB Ferrari down in 12th. But that could be interesting for these boys if YTB Ferrari holds these two up at all. Holds up CJ Pants and allows Jack to sneak through possibly at one stage. But CJ Pants with not the best exit off that corner. It's going to allow Jack to get in the slipstream. Get a decent little exit down there. But obviously, as we know, as I've said plenty of times in the stream so far, that Lamborghini is just fantastic on pace. Absolutely fantastic on pace. So it's able to, even if he gets a bad exit, still get the grunt down and absolutely press forward. As they go onto the straight, this is going to be where we see, YTB Ferrari pulling over to the side and allowing the two through, but still holds up CJ Pants a little bit. That's going to allow Jack to pull alongside and possibly take the second place here down into the Parabolica. They're going to go side by side into the right-hander. Jack has the inside, but he could go wide and allow CJ Pants to do the switchback, as that's exactly what has happened. CJ Pants retakes the inside and possibly retakes the position as well. They're going to go side by side. Lamborghini with a lot of grunt there, so will possibly allow CJ Pants to retake the position, as he does indeed. With Jack getting back in the slipstream, looking for the move into the first corner, but I believe he is still a little bit too far back. He is indeed, with some lovely battling there from those two for second place, deciding the podium. And then there's still 11 seconds back to 4th place. So even if these guys do have, as I've just noticed in the background, Devan Lur and Sam having a lovely battle for 6th place. Even if those guys, those two at the front for second place, do somehow take each other out at some point, or go off, or spinala or something, still about 10 seconds, 11 seconds back to 4th place. So they can still get back and going and pick up that podium. But CJ Pan still setting a lovely lap time, best lap delta so far this race. So still putting in the pace, but Jack breathing down his neck continuously. As we'll move back to 6th place now. Obviously, Devan Lur and Sam now battling for 6th because Southers had to do that pit stop and lost out the position there. Big boy gamer time said this is a shambles for Southers. Absolute shambles. We're seeing very similarly to how to Toddy Games in the last round, and also in this round going down to 9th. As oh dear, he's had a little bit of a kerfuffle there with his front wing hanging off quite a bit. As he's Toddy Games now messed up 2 in a row. That's allowed Leclerc to gain more and more points at the start of the table, and Southwest has also had a bit of a mare there as well. So frustrating for both of them, as these boys are very close. Switch back to second and third place. But coming out of the Parabolica, the Lamborghini's going to have that grunt. As Sear Washington comes in the pits, he's in last anyway, so there's no problem there. No losing out for him. With Leclerc has done... oh my goodness, hold on. McGintis, what's happened there? Leclerc has had an issue. Leclerc has, I don't know, gone off somewhere or lost a heap of time. That's allowed McGintis. Look at that. Literally, what do I have to say at the start of the stream, boys? Just stay in the race and you can do well. McGintis involved in the crash at the start, and he's now in 4th. Getting very decent points in the championship. But Leclerc lost out a position sadly there, losing a few more points out to Toddy at the front of the championship. But has allowed McGintis to sneak up there. Both of these boys having very good pace. Yeah, look at that. McGintis last lap, a 1:49.2, and Leclerc a 1:57.3. So obviously he has gone off somewhere. As we'll move back to these boys at the front, they're still going nip and tuck on the second last lap. Sear Washington has come out of the pits and allowed these boys through, so that's always good to see. He's got... Oh, no. Sear Washington has pinned it in the background. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. A little bit of a bank crash wallet there from Sear Washington. Very frustrating for him on the second last lap. But obviously this battling between these two boys, CJ Pants and Jack, has allowed for Rundle to eke out even further of a lead. Like, he's gone. He's away. He is... Well, I don't want to commentator's curse here on him, but he's looking like he's won this race. So good for him. His first win in the championship. And that will mean, if I check my Excel document just to make sure I'm correct, that will mean that we will have had 3 different winners from the first 3 races, which is so fantastic to see. Obviously, Toddy Games winning the first race, WRL Leclerc winning the second, and now possibly Rundle winning the third. But he comes on to the final lap. But I'm going to look back to this battle as who is that? That is a Raptor getting involved in the battle slightly there. Glad he's got out the way. But Jack possibly looking up the inside into the first corner. He's close. Is he close enough, though? He goes to the move up the inside into the chicane. CJ Pants going to try and hold it on the inside for the left-hander, though. They're both going to try and get a good grunt out this corner. As Jack gets the better exit, but CJ Pants, obviously with that Lambo, going to look for the inside around the sweeping right-hander. As he does so, gets his nose just tucked in. They're going to go side by side round the right-hander. This is fantastic racing on the last lap of the race. And they're going to go side by side still into this left-hander. The CJ Pants seals it round the outside. Late on the brakes there. Lovely move. Parks it on the apex. As what's Raptor doing there? He's doing a world of his own. But fantastic move there from CJ Pants. Taking it back up into second place. Lovely move. And Jack's lost a little bit of time there on that corner. And has allowed CJ Pants to retake second. A little dice on the final lap for the proper top points paying positions. But CJ Pants gets a bad exit there, allows Jack to close in a little. I'm just looking at the timesheet quickly. That this is the only real battle on track for position that we're going for. Jack really pressuring CJ Pants now into this left-hander, but 2 straights to come. As we know, the Lambo very good on power, so Jack is really going to have to hook it up through these corners to get a good exit. He is slightly off the rear of CJ Pants there, but hopefully some slipstream can help him out down this straight. The final corner, the Parabolica, is going to be his only chance. He's closing in, he's very close. Is he going to go for it? He is! He slings out the inside, round the right-hander. Robin is racing, boys. He's got it round the outside, but CJ Pants, obviously, with a grunt out the final corner. Rundle takes the race lead for this race, but he takes the win, and CJ Pants are going to go side by side across the line. Who's going to get it? The Lamborghini's got the grunt! Oh my goodness! The Lamborghini's going to take it on the line! CJ Pants! Wow! But no, CJ Pants had a penalty. Did he? Did CJ Pants have a penalty? No, wait, what happened there? CJ Pants took it on the line. How's he gone down to third? Oh, hey-ho, whatever. It was a fantastic finish. Look at that. Raptors going straight through the last corner. What a finish. As McGintis crossing the line in 4th. WRL Leclerc comes through in 5th. With Tivan Lure just behind in 6th. What a finish that was, boys. Incredible. The 2nd and 3rd going flying through the final turn. We've got Tivan Lure taking 6th place. Then Southers coming on the corner in 7th. A bit of a shambles from him there with his splash and dash. But, wow, very sad. Oh, was the Senior Pants with an 11-second penalty, apparently. Bloody hell, okay. Oh, there we are. Southers comes through in 7th. Then we've got, who was that at the line? Sam Malicious in 8th. Toddy Games going around the final corner in 9th. And then Arsenal is going to take some points as well in 10th, staying on track. But he's a little bit further down, so we're going to have to wait to see him come across the line. Toddy Games again not having his best performance in 9th. It was looking so good for him near the front at one point, but not quite able to do so. But people, yeah, picking up some good points, some interesting points. Look at that. Lovely stuff. A lovely, beautiful crash to end it on. Yeah, timings. Look at that. What was Sam? Oh, my goodness. Right. Oh, okay. Right. Rundle had an 11-second penalty, but still won the race. So, interesting. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what happened there. Yeah, CJ Pants said... Yeah, CJ Pants... What the fuck, I didn't have a penalty. Yeah, you didn't, so I'm really not sure what happened there. Let's get a picture of these results. Yeah, a lot of things we might have to sort out for the ending there. Let's. I'll jump on Xbox Live Chat now, and yeah, we'll get the results sorted. Very odd there. A very interesting race. A fantastic battle to the line between Jack and CJ Pants. But I'm not sure why. Yeah, because we saw on the stream he was ahead. Like, we saw on the stream he was ahead. So we'll have a chat in the party with the boys now. But we'll get them in. And we'll make party invite only. There we go. Get the volume up to full. And let's invite these boys. See how see what they've been doing. Right, LSJ Rundle, we'll get him in. Then Jack, we'll get him in as well. Yeah, Ben, plus 0.008. Wow. I think it was pretty obvious on stream, though, that CJ Pants did take him on the line. So, seems slightly odd that happened. But, hey-ho, we'll get the boys in the chat now. And we'll see what they're saying. There we go. Everyone's already connecting. Incredible. Incredible news. Fantastic. Well, fantastic to have you boys in this little chat after the race. It was brilliant. Firstly, I want to start off with LSJ Rundle. How have you managed to do that, mate? You were doing well, but then you had the pit stops, and suddenly you were out in first by ages. What exactly happened there? Your audio is not the best there, Rundle. Yeah, I'm afraid you're cutting out a lot there, Rundle. There you go. I've got you back now, mate.
Is that better?
Yes, that's much better.
So, yeah, the guys ahead were fighting really tough, really hard with each other, and I think I must have just got the undercut through clean air. I did speed in the pit lane, which is where 10 seconds came from.
Oh dear.
And then after that I just pushed like hell.
Yeah.
And I think I crossed the line with 11.7.
Yeah, fair play.
I think it was.
Fair play to you. That's fantastic. You still, even with that 10-second penalty, which obviously the game can be slightly frustrating when it does that, but you still managed to hold the lead even so we don't even have to look at that after the race. So fantastic job from you there, Rundle, taking your first win, and meaning that from the first 3 races we've had 3 different winners, which is fantastic. But we'll move back to the second and third place men. What a fantastic battle from you two, CJ Pants and Jack. It was incredible watching you fight over the line, but I believe from where I was watching, CJ Pants just got Jack on the line, but then on the timings, Jack jumped ahead of him. So I'm not too sure what happened there. I'll start with CJ Pants. What was your take on that, on the race and that situation in general?
I don't know. I was just happy to finish on the podium, to be honest. And the battle with like Divan Law, everyone was really good. I mean, me and Jack on the last few laps having an amazing battle, switchbacks everywhere, and then just having weird timing glitch is a bit annoying, but it happens. You just move on.
Yeah. Well, I'll obviously I saw it on stream, so we'll have a look at it after the race, and we'll deal with that. But yeah, as you said, mate, you were battling throughout the race. It was fantastic. We haven't seen you quite near the top in other races previously, but this was amazing. So it was fantastic to see you at the top again. And Jack, also great from you, able to salvage a second place finally. Obviously, as I've said in previous streams, you had fantastic pace over practice and quali, but you've never quite been able to link it up in the race. So managing to get on the podium this race, how do you feel? Are you proud of yourself for that one?
Really good race, especially at the end. I was surprised I ended up swinging positions after the pit stops as well, though.
Yeah, you managed to do well. You got relatively lucky out of that, but you were still a little bit off CJ Pants coming out the pits, and you were able to hunt him down and really give us a good battle on stream. So thank you for that, lads. But thank you for getting in the party after the race. That's fantastic. Thank you for getting involved, lads. And it was brilliant. So I'll see you all at the next round. So that's fantastic. Cheers, lads. But there we are. We'll let's get the camera back on. I do want to get Arthur is being slightly frustrated in chat that he's not getting in an interview. So we'll be nice to him, because to be fair, he has gotten very unlucky in previous races. So we'll get him in. Throwing a strop. What am I looking for? McGintis. Right, I've sent him an invitation now. He can stop complaining. Hopefully he actually does jump in now. But yeah, Arthur, Ben said in the chat, driver of the day definitely for Arthur. Doing fantastically there. We'll give him a few seconds to jump in. If he doesn't, then he can jog on. But he did fantastic there, getting up from obviously last place on the grid, being involved in the crash, and then bringing it back to 4th. So fantastic for him. But no, he's not joined the party, so he can jog on. But still, very well done for him. And I'll move it back quickly to the camera. There we are. Right, you should be able to hear me now. Completely messed up. I had the wrong microphone input on this screen. So right, I'll start again. Fantastic race from the boys there. Absolutely fantastic from the lads. So it was brilliant to watch. So I can't imagine how much fun it would have been to actually race in. Loads of changing for positions. And as I said earlier in the stream, well, hopefully the sound's working now. As I said earlier in the stream, 3 fantastic races, 3 different winners. LSJ Rundle taking his first win this time, and just fantastic to see. Brilliant, super close, a great fun race at Monza. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, obviously be sure to drop a like. Highlights will be out sometime next week, Wednesday or Thursday next week, and I'll see you back to the normal time of Saturday at midday rather than Friday next week. And for next week, what track have we got for next week? Let's grab that up quickly. We have got the Red Bull Ring next week, another slightly smaller track, but good to see some good racing around there. And I don't think anyone can predict what the finishing order is going to be for that one, so make sure you tune in midday Saturday next week for the what will that be, the 4th round already of the MotoMeerkat World Series. Enjoying myself so much, so happy to have you all along. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see all of you Meerkats later. Goodbye guys, love you, ciao, have a lovely weekend, goodbye.